We're so glad that you're here. How was everybody's weekend? I know here we had some pretty nice weather. I was gardening all on Sunday. I know. You can't believe how it's developing. Yeah, this week I spent a lot of time developing the coursework for this week, so I'm really super excited to see everybody. I even see Haley tomorrow. I see you on Wednesday, Jody. Kelly, mine was fabulous. I'm loving the gardening. Oh, that sounds good, Kelly. I'm so glad, Jody. I found out some interesting information doing the research for this week's classes, so come and garden there. We started all the beginner stuff last week. I think it was last week. So I got a big tote that's a short tote, and we got the biodegradable pots, and we did tomatoes, sweet peppers, green beans, cucumbers, zucchini, and watermelon. Beach, are there stages in a spiritual awakening? When I describe a spiritual awakening, I definitely don't describe it in stages. Some other people might have stages, but a lot of people, it's kind of like a flow. Some people, the stage can be bam, you can hear everything, see everything. In my situation, and in a lot of the situations of the people that I work with currently, it's been developing since they were kids, or there's been a passing in their world that really shaked things up. And so it made it so that it kind of just happened gradually. So for mine, it was my official spiritual awakening. It was a big thing happened. I had somebody very dear to me pass away. Hello, Tracy. And then I literally went down a black hole spiral, and then I came up. How are you doing, beautiful? A moment in time. How do you know if you're going through a spiritual awakening? So a lot of people that are on their spiritual awakening, they start to feel, see. Some people start to smell things. It just kind of depends on what you're going through. But you start to feel things that you didn't know that you could feel, or that you kind of feel lost. So, and then it's like a thought that just comes to you that you're feeling the person that you're talking about. Everybody experiences their spiritual awakening at different velocities. I have people that I work with that the minute that they started their spiritual awakening, they could completely hear and see the afterlife. I have other people that are just knowing that somebody's there, and it's just kind of freaking them out. So it depends. So let's see here. A moment in time. What kind of things are you going through right now? What are you experiencing? Beach, I would definitely agree with that. So Beach says, so it is like, it's a process of going beyond your boundaries and taking the next evolutionary step. I would definitely agree with that. It kind of happens so rapidly, though, that it confuses a lot of people. It's not something that is defined stages. So it wouldn't be something that I would be able to put together in specific stages. When you're trying to sleep, you hear. So mostly when I'm trying to sleep, I hear people talking. I think I'm able to see the afterlife during meditation. Yep, Julie, that's definitely a moment. So like, I don't know if I'm crazy, LOL, tired, or what. So I would definitely say that you're not tired. Just in the quick. Give me just 1 second. Cheryl? Babe, would you please go tell Cheryl to message Madeline and tell her that I am in a live? So Julia, let's see here. Let me catch up a minute. All of the above, ladies. Between a moment and Kelly, all of those. A lot of people that start to have their spiritual awakening, it's just that knowing that you're talking to somebody. Julia, it's because the reason why it happens at bedtime is because you become the most relaxed. So at bedtime, we're able to just sit and we don't have to think about everything from the day. We can just quiet our mind. So it makes sense that when people are meditating, that they would start to get signs as well. You could be hearing passings, especially depending on where you are. What is a dream walker? It's when a person enters like a dream state, a subconscious state. And you don't have a lot of control of your dreams. Julia, I see God all the time, and I'm not religious. He has his hands cupped. I love that greeting, Julia. Bree, lately whenever a spirit comes into my space, my left ear will go deaf for a couple of seconds. Bree, I have that problem too. Sometimes it just takes me to quiet my mind for a few minutes and then a message will come through. I keep seeing black shadows to my right and left, out of the corner of my eye and behind me. Those spirits are passerbyers. The first thing that comes to me is that they're just like, they're random walkers. They're not something to be afraid of. They're just walking in space. Most of the time, it kind of sounds like a lot of people talking at once. And I live next to a cemetery. I didn't think of that until you said where you're at. Yes. So a cemetery, living next to a cemetery, I would definitely make sure that you're putting up your boundaries to kind of protect yourself from all of the energy that's going to probably be surrounding that. Or sparkly lights all the time. You're on your way, Bree. I have so much for you guys this week. So let's see here. Bree, Courtney, Jody. I don't even think Haley's in here yet. But so all of you guys are a part of the Spiritual Awakening or the Divine Development class. And this week is going to be amazing. A moment in time. But of course it can make you tired because they're taking your energy. They're using your energy. So that's why it's important to make sure that you're setting boundaries. Even if you're setting intent, I teach a formal boundary where you're actually putting a golden bubble over you. But I still recommend you set your intentions. So one of the good things that I learned is that if you set the intent that you do not want them in your space, then they will leave. I found this on multiple occasions when people have set their intentions. Yep, boundaries and protections. Boundaries and protections are super, super important. So between any of the protections, the energy shield is really important. Yes. Your guardians will stay. You just have to set those intentions. So setting intentions can be as simple as I'm not allowing any spiritual energy into my space, any negative energy into my space. You can completely close off if you choose to. Most people just choose to keep out the negativity. And if you really don't want to hear spirit anymore, you can ask that they don't let you hear them anymore. I personally don't recommend it because in your lifetime, it's going to come back around and it's going to kind of hit you in the boot because they're going to be talking and talking and talking. But if you set boundaries, like there's a boundary where if you create a golden bubble around you, and you set the intention that that is your protection, that they can't come into your protection. If you, what's another way? Another protection is calling Archangel Michael forward and asking him to put that protection over you. Setting the intention is everything. So something as simple as, I wish all spirit out of my space. Hello, Ashley. Welcome in. If you're learning to, if you want to learn how to cleanse your energy and kind of form that bubble, I do have a TikTok that has that in it. For protection, is it okay if I do this? What I normally do is take 3 deep breaths and call upon. Kelly, that is definitely another way. That would definitely work. Hello, Stacy. Kelly, that's definitely a good way. Let me see here so that I can say it out loud. So everybody with Kelly personally uses for protection. Is it okay if I do this? I take 3 deep breaths, I call upon the guardians and angels and say, elements of the sun, elements of the day, I call upon thee to protect thee. So mote it be. That's another way that you can do it as well. That's not something that I usually use. I've learned that the simpler is better for me personally. But this journey is all of your own. So you use your whatever you resonate with. Julia, I heard a medium say that if you're afraid of spirit, they'll pull away and find someone else. I have personally never had anybody say that. I'm sure that if you're setting the intention because you are afraid of, that they will. Candles are really good for protection and boundaries too, right? Candles can be good protection, but I definitely believe that intention is everything. So you can light a ton of candles, but when you use your intent and you use your own words, it's a lot more powerful. So, hello, Bethany. I'm sorry, because of the way that TikTok works, I will be the whole jackhammer type situation if I talk about prices on the live. So if you go to my name and you click the L, you will see a whole list of things that you can go to find my stuff. So I have a web page, and then if you go to the web page, you'll be able to see all of mine. My direct link for my website is www.brittanypsychicmedium.com. Hello, Annette. How are you? Otherwise, Bethany, I do spirit-led mediumship on Wednesdays. When I do spirit-led mediumship, it's all about what spirit wants. There is no guarantee for anybody to be read. It's all whatever spirit wants. It's first come, whoever comes out. My guides gave me the okay to get Moldavite. I forgot to mention that on Saturday. It helps with meditation. It definitely does help with meditation. It also helps you to clear a lot. That could also be why you feel so heavy. Moldavite is known to be like the flushing crystal. It completely changes your whole entire world. So going through a spiritual awakening, I always suggest coming on here, asking questions. The next thing is going to be to start meditating and journaling. Meditations and journaling are really important to kind of start you on your base, because they really build the foundation for you. So, for instance, my mentorship class, that's kind of where we start in the first couple weeks. There's a couple of gals that are in here right now that have started it. And it's all about journaling and meditation. So you really want to get those steady connections in your meditation. Some people can't sit still long enough, so there's multiple different kinds of meditation that you can do. You can sit in your spot for just a couple of minutes if that's all you have the brain power to do. Otherwise, you can use things like there's an activities meditation where you're walking and you're consciously thinking about yourself, to meditate, to bring yourself in, because meditation is all about bringing you into yourself. So I would recommend then grounding. So grounding is connecting yourself to the earth. One of my pinned videos is a grounding technique to use. This will also help if you are kind of finding that you kind of have a haze or a light dizziness to yourself sometimes when you're on this awakening. Grounding is really important to make sure that you balance yourself out. Hello, Bethany. Hello from Alabama. What is your opinion about sleep paralysis? Is it linked to spiritual gifts? So my opinion is that it is. My opinion is that it is not for the negative, but that it's more that we get caught in the middle of that sleepy zone when we're traveling. Bree, I don't know, but the energy is strong without touching it. I feel the energy. So let me give you an example of how strong I feel Moldavite is. I have a friend, a very dear friend, that was married, and her marriage was okay. She felt like she could do something, and she felt like she wanted to make changes. And so she went and she got Moldavite, and in 2 weeks, her husband moved out. So in my opinion, Moldavite is very strong and can give crazy, amazing changes to your life. I need the ones where you don't have to sit still. A moment in time. Yeah. So literally, I'm literally I just got done working on all this last week. So meditation can be something as simple as listening to music while you're driving in the car, as long as you're staying in tune with yourself. One of the misconceptions is that meditation is strictly quiet, sitting, like you're not allowed to do anything. But if you're really connecting with yourself on your walk, or if you're really connecting with yourself when you're driving the car, listening to some instrumental music, those are all great ways to meditate. I say that the biggest thing to follow up with that is that to make sure that you're grounding, I would definitely look at the grounding video that I have, because the grounding video, on TikTok, you can only make a 3-minute video. So it's literally under 3 minutes, and it can really make you feel grounded so that you feel more secure when you're hearing the things that you are. Bree, well, that's the part I need with the separation. That's why they gave me the okay to get the extra help. Yeah, that's for sure. But I'll be here every step of the way. If you need anything, just let me know. So, a moment in time, the other thing that you can do is go to my name into where you can go to other links. You know what I mean? Hint, hint. And I have 5 free resources that you can sign up for as well. It'll give you a nice pretty sheet, and it'll have all my resources on it as far as meditations go, books that I like if you're a reader. Let's see here. I don't even have my book up. Oh, no, I don't even have my book here. But one of the books in here I've recommended to everybody, and I actually have, I think there's at least 1 or 2 people in here that have bought the book. So that list, so it's 5 free resources, and it's in the pile. Julia, I listen to music during meditation. It expands my experience like crazy. Yes, I do too. Okay. Julia, yes, me too. So I have a couple of lists that I listen to from some of the mediums that I know, and the music is amazing. Once you find a good list, I mean, that's all you need. But I personally can sit in meditation for forever. I love the way that it makes me feel. I love my connections. I love the colors coming through. I love what I hear. So I'm a really big one that loves to meditate. I'll have to look that one up. So my list consists of the Heart of Gaia, Hope, Serenity, Wilderness, Hope. Let's see here. What's this one? Blessed We Are by Pia. Mine too, Julia. I don't know if anybody's ever watched my spiritual awakening conversations, or videos. But when I first started on this journey, I was really angry. Like, I was really mad. Like, my husband and I would get into arguments because I would just have that tone when I'd come home from work. And this whole journey has made me a completely different person. Hello, Eiley. Bree, I wish I liked to meditate, but you have a meditation voice. I like it. I'm so glad that you like it. So I'm really super excited. This week, I'm going to start recording my meditations for everybody. And then I'm going to place them on my YT channel. So I'm hoping that I have like 3 of them up by next week. If not, I know for sure 1 or 2. Have you tried standing while meditating? I stand and meditate in the shower. I'm good, Eiley. I love meditating in the shower. That's like my favorite thing to do because it's so freaking easy. That's where I cut my cords. So, how many people know how to cut their cords? Does anybody? Bree, you know how to cut your cords? Good. I'm trying to find my instruction to cut cords. All right, so that's what I do a lot of the time, girl, in the shower. I don't even know what that means. I've been told I need to, but I don't know anything about it. All right, so I'm getting ready to try to find my little saying for cutting cords. So give me just 1 second. All right, the shower, yes. Bree, I literally visualized me and my BF with a rope attached to us, imagining it being cut. While saying I love you, I release, I'm letting you go. That's so sweet, Bree. All right, so let's do a cord cutting. Is everybody in a safe place to be able to do the cord cutting? So if you're not in a safe place right now, just know that I'm going to try to see if I can record this. Give me just 1 second. Hold on. So anytime throughout the day that you can do this, are you going to come back? Okay. So anytime throughout the day you can do this. Literally, I used to have this on a little piece of paper in my desk when I was a banker so that I could close my eyes at any point in time and release those cords, because as we move through life, like when we go to the grocery store or whatever, especially as we're empathic or we just kind of start to feel things, it can be overwhelming and things can attach to us. It doesn't mean like spirit attachment. It means that energy, because all of us are energy. We've got energy all around us all the time. So you can do this multiple times a day. I personally, oh, are you a banker? Yeah, I was one too. So you can personally do this multiple times a day. I think that it is a great tool, especially when you might have one of those clients or you might have one of those patients that just makes your head hurt. And so I was in customer service for a long time. I worked with people all the time, and so this really helped. So what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and imagine a great big pair of scissors. And this pair of scissors is going to cut any cords you have throughout your day. And this is going to be something you can do in the shower, or it's something that you can do just sitting here. One of the two, it doesn't really matter. Regina, yes, I understand. So I'm going to say, what you say is, I release any energy that no longer serves me, and I ask that it go back to where it belongs. So when you do this, you're going to pretend to cut your cords. So we'll start from the top right now, and we'll do this. So everybody close your eyes down, and I want you to take a couple of nice deep breaths. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. We'll do one more. As your eyes are closed, I want you to picture that big pair of scissors in your hands. And then I want you to look out from your body and see those cords that are coming from your body. Picture all of your cords that are just there. They're just coming off of you. And I want you to grab a hold of those cords with your opposite hand of your scissors. And I want you to repeat after me. I release any energy that no longer serves me, and I ask it to go back to where it belongs with love and compassion. And then you take those big scissors and you hack those cords and let them fall to the ground. I'll give you a couple of seconds to get through them. Next, it's time to recall your energy. You state, I recall any energy that I have released, which needs to come back to me for my highest good, and I accept that now. Watch all those cords fall to the ground. when you're in the shower, you'll picture the water flushing these cords down the drain. And when you're ready, come back to the screen. How is everybody doing? Did everybody see their cords? Some people might have had a bunch of cords. Yes, you are so welcome. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. Did you guys feel that weight? It just kind of drops off of you. So I'm going to make a note to myself to create a TikTok for cord cutting. So that you guys can come back. So that'll get posted soon. Energy go through my body and my whole body is vibrating. Bree, you carry a lot of energy. I feel tingly. Awesome. So when we cut cords, that's another way for our vibration to raise because we're getting rid of all that negativity. So that's kind of like a classic example of what we need to do to kind of raise our vibration. We're taking care of ourselves. Cord cutting is a lot about self-care. It's all about releasing those things that no longer serve us. Oh, yay! A moment in time, I'm so glad that that pain released. I am so glad. That's awesome. Aw, Brie, thanks. Hello, Angela. I've been told that by multiple people. That's why I'm creating the meditations that I am. You are so welcome. Good night, Julia. Have an amazing day. Well, have an amazing night, and then tomorrow have an amazing day. Angela, I am not doing readings, unfortunately, tonight. Tonight is all about spiritual awakenings. So we're talking about people's spiritual awakenings and what they're feeling and what they're going through. So for me, Brie, when I look at that, that's like you going to your safe place. Because that's what mine does too. And the beach is my safe place. It's actually the best place for me to ground. I love the beach. Love, 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 love the beach. If I could live there, I would live there. Beach is definitely like a great grounding space. Some people like the forest, that kind of thing, but I'm definitely one that likes water better. And the funny thing is that I'm a fire sign. What's interesting is that I meet my spirit guides either at the beach or in a meadow, a really, really pretty meadow with tons of flowers and long wheat growing. Is seeing faces when you are falling asleep part of your spiritual awakening? Jen, yes, it can be. So it can mean that spirits are trying to reach out to you. I would highly suggest to make sure that you set your intention that you do not want those to come to you when you are getting ready to fall asleep. Make sure that you set the boundary that you only want it to come during appropriate times. See, I live in the Midwest. Like, I think I'm a solid like 20 hours from like an actual ocean beach. I can go to Lake Michigan and I can get a beach at Lake Michigan, but it's definitely not going to be like ocean. Definitely. Jen, if it's something that you don't want to tap into and you don't want to go on, then you set your intention. A lot of people, you know, like boundaries are really good when you're actually getting into your spiritual awakening and you actually want to step into it. So like setting protection bubbles and putting up your boundaries, when you want to go into it are really important. But if you don't want it to happen at all, you need to just set your intention. It's like, yeah, literally, that's a good idea. Literally put a do not disturb sign. Ocean is the best. Oh, I'm so jealous. Yeah. I would definitely say I'm a no entry. The biggest thing that I've learned on my journey is that intention is everything. And when you don't set proper intention, then the things will continue to happen. I mean, I have a daughter that she can see things, and that's what we did for her. Yay! Ocean vibes are amazing. Brie, I'm so glad. That was crazy to see your vibration, though. You're probably the highest vibration that I've ever seen. So, Jen, patience is everything. And sometimes when we're on our journeys, sometimes it just means that we're missing some steps to be able to hear, see, or feel the other side. Sometimes it takes us to quiet our minds. Sometimes we think that we're quieting our minds. Or sometimes we have a visualization of something a lot bigger than what it is. So, Jen, I would challenge you to do a meditation. I personally listen to Yoga with Adrienne's meditations. Grab one of her meditations and see if you can sit in your space. And I want you to do it for 3 days. At the end of those 3 days, on the 4th day, I want you to go onto YouTube and pick a random song, like a very instrumental, something that makes you like really jive, whether it's the ocean music, rain music, whatever. And when you go into that spot, remember what you learned in the Yoga with Adrienne. So take a couple of nice deep breaths and remember the small things. So you can ask your daughter to come forward. You can ask her to touch your arm. And when you do that, you'll feel something. But you have to make sure that you quiet your mind. Don't think about all the 150 million things. So that's why it's important to kind of start with some meditations. I've actually ran through meditations with my clients when I do readings, for the people that are gifted, that want to be a part of that. And I've been able to get them to feel their loved ones just on the first meditation. You just have to take that minute and calm your mind, quiet it. Think about the thoughts, pass it through. Think about the thoughts, pass it through, and then take that information. That's probably why people are so attracted to me and want to tell me their life story. Bree, that happens to me too. I listen to the Native American drums, powwow, and wind songs. Yes, the powwows. So, Jen, I am back live for this kind of thing for Spiritual Awakenings next Monday. So, make sure that you come back next Monday because I'm going to write your name down and I want to know what happens. Otherwise, if you want to schedule with me, there is a link that you can go to. But I'm going to write your name down for next week. On Thursday, I'll start posting videos for the live on Monday. And then Wednesdays is spirit-led mediumship. So it's all about spirit and what spirit comes through with. It's all about that trust. Jody, I always thought it was me and my thoughts, not thinking this is real and true messages. So a lot of this is all about confidence and trust. When you don't have the confidence and trust, then you don't believe what you hear and what you feel and what you see. So that's why it's really important to start like right off the bat. So my personal thought process on development is all about the starting. Like I had started out saying in the first was that it's all about journaling and meditation. When you journal, you do the 5-5-5 rule. So it's 5 affirmations every day. It's 5 what you love about yourself. And then it's 5 gratefuls. And it is so important. Jody, I'm so glad that you're doing it. So I don't know if this is related, but lately I've been having a lot of stuff fall, like pictures off my walls. Have you set intention? Is it something that you're welcoming? Are you trying to communicate? So Bree said, in the beginning, how did you start to give people messages even if they don't believe? So Bree, one of the things that I learned in the very beginning is that I only give a message to somebody that wants to hear it. That's why when I do my TikTok videos for like the free mini reads, if you put your name in there, that's saying that you're giving permission for me to read. I tend not to read people that don't want to. Like, for instance, my dad was kind of one of those guys that was hesitant. And so I never broke that boundary. We just had a mutual boundary that I wasn't going to talk about it with him. And then after that, he just came to me all of a sudden and he started asking questions. A lot of the time as we develop, our family kind of starts to come around in it because they see that we're doing stuff with it and that's a part of our life. In my world, that's kind of how everything unfolded. And they started to get curious. Well, my dad started to get curious. And then he just started asking more and more questions. And now, like, he talks to me all the time about it. Lex, good to see you. What are you doing tonight? Free questions. Lex, tonight I am not doing readings. Tonight is all about spiritual awakening questions. On Wednesday nights, I do spirit-led mediumship, which is all about what spirit wants. A moment in time, no intention. I haven't tried to communicate, at least for a while, but yes, I'm open. So, a moment in time, are you practicing? Are you trying to, I mean, you say that you're open. Is it something that you want to be open to, that you want to develop more? But sometimes my patients, loved ones, just request that I give them a message. It'll play over and over in my head unless I say something. So, Bree, make sure that you're setting your intentions, especially when you're in your workplace. If you get a message and they're like pretty persistent, I would ask them if they're open for a message. One of the big things is that, you know, in our practices, we always have to make sure that, and sometimes it's kind of not looked upon when we're talking like the big spirit mediums. But make sure that you're working with your ethics and make sure that you're asking permission. Is it okay for me to give you this message? Because that'll kind of set the boundary with them as well. You're welcome, Lex. So, a moment. I would then, if you're open to it, I would set the intention in the house that you're not ready to listen to the messages at this point in time. So things stop. I would set the intention that that's not something that you would like to happen right now, and then set the intention that when you're able to, that you'll open to communicate with whoever is around you. But I think that the person that's around you is somebody that's like close to you. I don't think that it's somebody that's like not your family. I think that this is somebody close to you. So I think it's more to get your attention so that you can be on this journey. So I would definitely start kind of working on the basics. That's kind of like what I preach to everybody. I do run a mentorship. I do have a couple of spots left open if you want to check out the link for that. We do start at the basics. I do have a couple of gals that are in the group from the course if you had any questions for them. But that's definitely an option as well. But otherwise, I definitely would start at the basics to be able to open yourself up and be able to hear. Yeah. A moment in time, it's definitely family that's at your house. They're just causing a party. There's one in particular. It should. It's not going to be permanent. It's just going to be until you can hear them, until you can actually hear what they're saying. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But I would definitely, it's not something permanent. It's just something part-time so that then you kind of get over that hump and you kind of get a little bit more developed. Just because you want to be able to set your intention, but you also want to be able to protect yourself so that they're not coming to you at 3:00 in the morning saying, I'm ready to talk. Jody. So that's why I would set that intention. Jody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Jody, am I allowed to say it? So, for those of you guys that have been seeing Jody commenting, Jody lost her husband last year in February, and I did a TikTok free mini read, and she was one of the people that had commented on it. And I had done my readings, and I was all done. And the one thing that I didn't do before I went to sleep was set my intention. And I had Jody's amazing husband saying, "Excuse me, I still need a message for my wife." So it is really important to make sure that you set your intention. Jody's husband is by far the best story that I have ever had in my life. And he's also the most amazing man. So, but that's how Jody started on her journey. And Jody is involved in my mentorship. No, he woke me up. Jody's husband is a bigger guy. He showed up to me in full person form. It was the first person, and it has been the only person that has come into my space at nighttime besides like my close peoples. But that's why you always set intention. You always set your intention. You always set your boundaries. Yes, he was very determined. I was like, you guys, I literally had finished my TikToks and I'm like, I'm all done. I'm going to go to bed. I answered everybody that I felt drawn to or that lit up like a Christmas tree. Like everything was done. I was good. Nope, he had another thing coming. Okay, ladies, I wish I could stay up longer, but I have to go to bed. Work comes early. Jen, sleep well. Make sure you set those intentions. Good evening, Monica. I wouldn't want strangers waking me, I guess. LOL, my loved ones visit frequently lately. Yeah. Definitely doing that now because I'm always being woken up. Definitely too. Yeah. It's kind of incredible how it happens. You will soon enough, Jody. Hello, Dragon. I'm glad that you really have started on your journey, though. So, Monica, I do not dream about mine that often either. Usually mine appear in meditation. I'm not one that can remember my dreams that often. So, a lot of my stuff is that I wake up and I just know that things happen. It's a different thing. It's weird at 333 every night for weeks now. Yeah. Jody, you will always be at the center of my heart. You have the best story ever. Mine too. And I don't have like, my nightmares are like horrid nightmares. So, Monica, that's probably the reason why you don't remember is because you are on medications. So, Jody, you at 11:11 is all about intuition. Monica, let's see here. 4s are about being guided by your spiritual team. You're being guided and you have to keep going on your dream or on your path. 333 is you're working with the universe, making your dreams a reality. Bree, I had a spirit wake me up telling me to prepare for an ending. It was a blue floating ball of energy. Bree, do you know what that ending was? You should. I have night terrors and take meds for them. Yeah. Monica, that's definitely because of your meds. That's the reason why you can't remember. Or some people just don't. I mean, I don't remember all of my dreams either. Jody, he came to me twice in the early stages after he passed, but that's it. You're going to see bigger messages. Bree, almost identical to Elizabeth's spirit in the Haunted Mansion movie. Holy bejeepers. You want to know something funny? I'm a medium and I hate haunted houses. I hate anything haunted. I also don't do like the Fright Fest stuff. I don't do that either. A moment in time, same. The last one I had was my daughter being shot. She is 7 and I almost didn't let her go. Yeah. So I've had dreams about my husband. I've had dreams about my children. 2s are trusting your path. Trust that path that you are on the right path. Stay focused on the things you want to in your life rather than what you don't want. So yours is abundance and intuitive. Yeah. Following your intuition. Yes, my guys make it very clear. Yep. Bree. They're like... A moment in time. I hate anything scary, movies, everything. Yeah, me too. I think it drives my husband crazy because I'm not one that watches like the Saw movies. I could go the rest of my life without seeing a Saw movie. We watched this movie Beast this last weekend, and I don't know how many times I said, nope, I can't do this. I don't think so. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't even considered a horror movie, but it was. Brie, I'm a medium and I'm terrified of everything. I hated scary movies until I met my boyfriend. Ashley, are cardinals truly a message from a loved one? I've seen a lot since my dad passed away. Yes, cardinals are definitely something that your loved ones show you. They're one of the ones that's most prominent to be seen. A moment in time. Nope, not doing it. Monica, Ashley, I heard they are. I have 2 that sit on my security camera and just stare into it. Yes. Cardinals are like a sign all across the board. Also, a lot of people see hawks. Hawks are a big one. The ones that are kind of out of place that you wouldn't think of are going to be like woodpeckers. Woodpeckers are a sign too. Ladybugs are a sign. My sign usually is butterflies. Brie, my mom used to scare me to sleep with watching the Mummy Returns movie. So I don't see cardinals that often, but I see butterflies a lot. I see butterflies, woodpeckers, hawks. Excuse me, guys. Julie, woodpeckers and cardinals are always nearby me as I walk my dog every day. Yep. A moment. Yeah, it's kind of amazing the messages that they come through. I actually bought, crud bumps. I bought a book a long time ago. It's called Animal Speaks. It's by Ted Andrews, and it goes into detail about everything, like what you can see and what their meanings are. What's this one? I didn't realize how tired I was going to get tonight. Do you really, Ashley? So it's called Animal Speaks, or Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. And it literally is all about animals. So let's see here. So you were talking about rabbits. Let me see if I can pull up rabbits. Guys, I've kind of stayed up where I am to look at one at a time. So just bear with me on the comments. 154 and 303 to 304. All right. Rabbits signify fertility and new life. That's what rabbits mean. Yeah, Jody, the woodpeckers, I never heard until recently. But woodpeckers, they have a meaning too. 206 to 207. So their meaning is the power of rhythm. So your life is in balance. This is what it's Animal Speak. It's the spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small, by Ted Andrews. I suppose I could probably do a book review on this one. So, but this book has a ton of things in it. So, let's see here. If you see robins out of nowhere, those are the spread of new growth. A sparrow is an awakening. Ashley, when I got Reiki for the first time, I saw my dad while in a relaxed state. First time I was relaxed. Yeah, it's really amazing how when they put you into that relaxation, even in a meditation, you know, if you go into a meditation with somebody, it really can, especially if you go into one with somebody that practices spirituality, the spirituality aspect of it, you can really get a lot of things to come through. Let's see. So a black cat is not, but cat is in here. It's mystery, magic, and independence. I love Reiki too. Reiki is amazing. I have a cousin that learned Reiki. She has been touring like Mexico, into Central America, into South America, and she's learned a ton of stuff. And I would really, really, really like to do it too. Especially because, oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm yawning up a storm. Especially because I know that I can do a lot with my hands. The energy that comes out of my hands is amazing. I've been able to help people that are states away. I was just curious. I saw to the day of a loved one's death, one alive and one dead. A moment in time. That's really interesting. Jody, that would be awesome. Oh, really? Bree, tap into it. What did you see? None of my mentees have had my class about bringing forth my spirit team. So, what was behind me? I'll show you the whole room. That's my light. I'll come over here. What energy did you think it was? Is it like guide energy? Is it past loved one? Because past loved one and higher vibrational beings like spirit guides, archangels, yep. Keep going. Ooh, good job, Bree. There you go. I'm so proud of you. Tell me about him. Go, Bree. Can you tell me what he looks like? Is he a little guy or a big guy? You've seen 92? He wishes he was 92. Hello. Unfortunately, I'm not doing any readings tonight. I'm talking about spiritual awakenings. Have you been able to pick up any words coming out of his mouth? Keep going. You're right. Is he hooked to my biological mom's side of the family, or is he hooked to my dad's? A moment in time, yes. I know exactly who showed himself. No, Bree, you're doing good. Bree, do you want to say any other thought processes? And I'll validate you after. You're doing so good, Bree. All right, so the gentleman that you see is my grandfather on my mother's side. And the overalls make me laugh because when he was a young adult, that's what he did wear. He is a farmer's child, and he went into the military and then was a truck driver most of his life. A lot of the time when people read me, he says something along the lines of breaker, breaker, because he was a truck driver to mess with people. He was skinny. He entered into the military when he was young, and he was very, very handsome. So that is one of my grandparents that's passed away. But I am so proud of you, Bree. You did so awesome. All right, ladies, tonight I'm going to have to start wrapping up. For those of you guys that's my specialty anytime I'm on. Yeah. He was a good guy. So for those of you guys that have been sitting in here and don't know who I am, my name is Brittany and I'm a psychic medium and I do spiritual awakening talk every Monday at 8 p.m. And if you are looking for spirit-led mediumship, that is every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And I'm usually on for about an hour and a half during that one. If you are looking for mentorships to grow your spiritual gifts, there's a link up there. You guys know where it is by my name. Make sure that you go and check it out. If you are looking for free resources, I do have a link in there that has 5 free resources so that you guys can get those to help you guys along the way. I appreciate everybody being in tonight. I'll be there. Maybe my house party peeps will show up. I appreciate everybody's engagement tonight. It made it go by so fast and it was so much fun. Bree, thank you so much for the reading. That was amazing and I'm so proud of you. And for those of you guys that come back on Wednesday, I'll see you Wednesday. Otherwise, next Monday, 8 p.m., we'll be here with bells on. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Make sure that if you guys are looking for meditations or anything like that, make sure you're checking my TikToks. I have a bunch of really good tools going all the way through my videos. Have a good night. See you guys later.